All right, gang, coming at you with the movement standards for the Jack and Tan Classic 2016 edition. The first event for RX, we have 21-15-9 ring muscle ups, toes through rings, and wall balls with a heavier wall ball, that 30/20. We're going to show you the standards for the ring muscle ups. Very standard stuff here. It's going to be long arms at the bottom. Use any means necessary to get up over top. Long arms with shoulders over the rings at the top. Good stuff. The next movement, which might be new to some of you, is toes through rings. Just like toes to bar, your feet must come behind the rings at the bottom, and then your toes must go through the rings, both toes, both feet going through the rings at the same time. Excellent. After that, you have wall balls. Your wall ball station is going to be right next to your rings. We have the tape set up on the upright, and you're going to do your wall ball. Standard wall ball, full depth squat, getting that hip crease below the knee, and getting that ball above your taped mark for those reps to count. If the ball touches the pole on the way down, on its flight on the way down, it does not count. If it doesn't get over the line, it doesn't count. If you don't hit depth, of course, it doesn't count. Pretty standard practice there. RX-ish is going to be doing pull-ups, so we're going to show you the pull-up standards. Now, the rep scheme for this, there was some confusion. There was a discrepancy between Facebook and the website. I believe it was the website that was correct. Your rep scheme is 27, 21, 15, and 9. One of those sources did not have the set of 9 on there. So you do have a big set or big sets there. So for your pull-ups, same deal. You're going to start with long arms at the bottom. You can use any means to get that chin over the bar. You can kip conventionally, you can butterfly, you can strict, whatever you want to do to get that chin breaking the horizontal plane of the bar. Toes to bar is the next movement there. Just like our toes through rings, the feet must start behind the bar for each rep and then touch the bar in between the hands at the same time for each rep to count. Good. And then wall balls, you guys know what your wall balls look like. For our scaled athletes, you're going to be performing jumping pull-ups, and we're not going to show you that full standard there because there will be some boxes set out for you guys, but you can get an idea here with what Taylor's doing. He's going to start with long arms each rep, and he's going to jump and pull that chin up and over and come back to long arms at the bottom. That day of, so this Saturday, we'll give you that standard on what the measurement is for everyone so that it's equal and fair. Let's see if I missed anything there. All right, good to go. Knee raises. So knee raises, just like our toes to bar, what we're looking for at the bottom on your knee raises is your knees ending up back behind the plane of the bar. So pulling the knees back and then getting your knees above that hip crease every time. And those are the knee raises. Good. And then wall balls for the scaled athletes, same as everyone else with that lighter weight though. All right, event 2. Event 2, you have 3 separate pieces to event 2. The first one is a row. The calories for this row, for our RX and RX-ish divisions, you're going to be rowing 70 calories total. The scaled division is going to be rowing 50 calories total. You guys can split that up however you would like. One athlete will begin in the erg, and then 3, 2, 1, go. They can grab that handle and they can begin rowing. You can do any sort of rowing that you prefer here, including the frog row and pour rowing. Now this one will be tricky. It'll be different for different teams. Some teams, you guys are going to finish that well within the 3 minutes, and you're going to just unstrap and come off of the erg, which is what Taylor's going to do right now. He comes off. The rule here is that both athletes, though, must be touching the erg until we give that transition time. So once we hit that 3-minute mark, We'll count it down. 3, 2, 1, transition. Then the athletes can come off of the erg and go to the barbell.
Athletes are the ones touching the monitor.
The athletes are the only ones touching the monitor, correct. And they will be set up on calories and everything will be set to go there. But yeah, athletes are the only ones that are gonna mess with their monitors. As soon as we finish that 3-minute chunk and we transition to the barbell, you're gonna have 3 minutes to complete 30, 20, 10 ground overhead at different weights. Athletes are gonna be in charge of loading their own barbells. The first weight will obviously be set up for you. There will be clips on the bar. After you finish that set of 30, it is your job to unclip, add weight, and re-clip the bar each time. We're gonna show you the ground overhead standards. You may power snatch it. Okay. You can full snatch and split snatch if you would like. We'll let Taylor choose which ones he wants to show you there. All right, we're gonna get a split snatch out of him. Nope. Muscle snatch and split snatch. All right, you must stand tall and show control if you choose to split snatch that. You may also do any form of clean and jerk. So you can power clean, power jerk, full clean, split jerk, muscle clean, and squat jerk. That's the fatal combination right there. Muscle clean and squat jerk. The one movement we will not allow you to perform here is a clean into a thruster. You did see Taylor on his first rep there power clean and go straight into a power jerk. That is completely fine, but you may not clean into a thruster. We don't know why you would want to do that, but we did have a question about that. So, no clean thruster. So this is another one where some athletes may in fact finish this work. If that is the case, both athletes must have a hand on the barbell or the plate until we count down that 3, 2, 1 transition. Upon that transition time, the athletes will run out the door of the gym and head off on their bird and run. You'll be carrying an odd object on that bird and run, no spoilers. But you will be carrying an odd object on that bird and run, and it will be down the infamous hill with a little bit extra at the bottom of that hill and then back up to us to finish. Your time will be kept for that particular piece outside. Once you cross the finish line out there, your time will be recorded.
The clock starts as soon as...
And yes, the clock starts for that bird and run as soon as we count the 3, 2, 1 transition. All right, final workout. Actually, let's go back to the barbell, Taylor. For our scaled athletes, we do have the deadlift. And so we're going to show that deadlift. Deadlift begins on the floor and then ends at lockout. And what we're looking for on the lockout here is shoulders over or behind hips at the top with the knees and the hips extended. Show us some fast deadlifts where you're not extending your knees all the way, Taylor. So that's not extending the hips or the knees there. Yep, there's getting hips but no knees. So we want to make sure we get everything locked out up top, hips and knees with the shoulders back behind the barbell. Good, good rep. All right, event 3. This is our AMRAP event. It's going to be a 4-minute AMRAP for partner A. Oh, yeah, we're going to have to move that LaCroix. Oh, this is awkward. It's all about product placement. Jack and Tan Classic brought to you by LaCroix.
They don't know it yet, though.
Partner A is going to have a 4-minute AMRAP. Partner B is then going to have an 8-minute AMRAP, and then partner A comes back in for another 4-minute AMRAP. The AMRAP is going to have kettlebell snatches for the RX and RX-ish divisions. The kettlebell snatch is going to start, on 3, 2, 1, go. The athlete will not have their kettlebell. Then they may pick it up. The bell must travel behind the knees and then must end up locked out with the shoulder and the elbow fully open, showing control with the bell in contact with the back side of the arm at the top. Cycle through a few reps for me, Tay. So the bell is passing behind the knee every time. Give me a more vertical up-down snatch. So even if your style of snatching is a little bit more vertical. It's still passing behind the knee at the bottom. The athlete must complete all 10 repetitions on one arm before moving to the next arm. You can set it down to transition, or you can do some sort of a toss in between. You may not drop the kettlebell at any time though. A 20-second penalty will be assessed if at any time you drop that kettlebell to the floor. Must show control with that kettlebell. After the 10 snatches per arm, we have 20 burpee box jump overs. The burpee will be down to the ground, chest touching, coming up, both feet touching the box at the top. So this is a change from what someone asked us previously on, I believe it was Facebook. We are going to force everyone to have both feet come in contact with that box at the top for each rep, and that rep is complete once they land on the other side of that box. So chest to deck. You don't have to come tall off your burpees, but you must get both feet onto the box. You don't need to come tall on top of the box, but both feet must land on that box before coming down to the other side.
Simultaneously.
Yes, both feet simultaneously landing on that box. The only difference there, nope, we'll get to that one at the end. Finally, you have double unders in this workout. To make scoring easier for our RX-ish and scale divisions, we've changed the double under number to 50. That way it scales very equally as a 2-to-1 with single unders. Your double unders, of course, are typical double unders. Rope must pass under you twice as you go for your double unders. Single unders, same rule, except the rope passes under you one time for each transition. Good. Our scaled athletes, back to the kettlebell. Scaled athletes will be performing 20 sumo deadlift high pulls. This one, the bell does start from the floor and goes back to the floor each time. We're going to extend all the way up, and we're going to have the handle of that bell coming to our clavicle or higher for each rep. So show me a few baby reps. That bell's not making it high enough. We just want to see the handle of that bell coming to the clavicle or higher for each rep, and the bell touching the ground every time for the beginning of the rep. Good. Our scaled athletes may step up onto the box if they so wish. Still gonna have to get that chest all the way to the deck, and both feet must come on top of the box and touch together before going down to the other side. So you can't step over or do anything weird there. You're gonna have to bring both feet up onto the box and have them both on the box at the same time before stepping down. Scaled athletes must do single unders. There is no option for double unders for scaled athletes. RX-ish athletes, like I said, can do 50 double unders or 100 single unders. Did I miss anything, Taylor? All right, if you guys have any questions.
It's hot.
Yes, it is hot. Leave us some comments. Leave us some comments on Facebook, and we'll try to answer those questions. All right, thanks, guys.